All right, boys, what is going on? Welcome to the weekly Wednesday live stream. I've been trying to do it around 9:10 p.m. Eastern time every single Wednesday. That is the goal. That is what I've been trying to hold up. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about. I mean, last week we got the UFC White House card. We got Khamzat versus Strickland. We got Daddy Dana White, as some refer to him as, ducking Eddie Hearn. I did a video about it earlier today. Worked on that a bit last night, dropped it today. Or recorded it and dropped it today. We got a lot to discuss. We got Jean Silva versus Alexander Volkanovski rumors, which would not shock me at all if that's the truth. So yeah, we have a lot to discuss. Actually, we have a lot to discuss. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens. We're just gonna have to see what happens, boys, because it would not shock me if the winner of Movsar versus Lerone gets skipped over. Would not shock me at all. It really wouldn't. Late shaking my... I literally just scheduled it. I just clicked whatever time was on there. Tom Aspinall, fake champion, late. Let's go. What is up? The one who vapes. What is going on? Fly By Night channel. Hey, handsome. What's up? Was waiting for your stream all day. That's effeminate cucky vibes. Joey, I actually can't stand Jean Silva. He is kind of annoying. Yeah, if you're going to book a fight for Volk and say that Lerone Murphy just had a fight so they won't be ready, basically, would not shock me at all, bro. And it's actually going to be annoying because Jean Silva will KO Volkanovski. I'm telling you, Jean Silva will KO Volkanovski. Movsar would beat Jean Silva, by the way. Give me one feminine cookie vibes. Did you guys like the Dana White Eddie Hearn video from earlier? It did well. It started jumping off like it was going to go viral, and then it kind of died out. But it's still doing well. It's got almost 14,000 views. But it was trending number one for myself, and then it trended number 2 now. Either way, it's doing well. It's doing well. We're picking up some subs off of it. We're cruising towards 50K. It's hard to believe. Holy shit. Let me look at a calendar real quick. Oh, I can't just click on a calendar here. Okay, here we go. 2 weeks from tonight will be officially 5 years since I started the channel. You guys want to see some crazy shit? I had no idea how to make thumbnails when I first started the channel. And I still have some of the thumbnails saved on my phone from when I first started the channel. Let me go back. April of 2021. Look, you ready for this, boys? I believe this was first video ever. I made this at 9:23 p.m. on April 1st, 2021. Peep that. Still on my phone. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Boom. That was one of the first thumbnails I ever made on my phone. Let's see. I think I have a screenshot of when I hit 50 subs. Let me see if I can find it. I hit it actually pretty quickly, believe it or not. I don't know if I'm able to find it. I'm going to give myself 2 more seconds to find it. And if I can't find it, I'll quit. Because I remember being hyped that I got 50 subs. I don't know if I have it. Hold on, let's see what this is. Hold up. Here it is. Okay, here it is. This is the day I hit 50K subs. April 26, 2021. Day I hit 50 subs. Look at this. I don't delete any pictures on my phone anyway. Isn't that great? I don't know if you guys can see it. 53. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? Let me see if I got any more good ones. I thought I had more. Oh yeah, of course I took this screenshot. How crazy is that, boys? How crazy is that? 69 subscribers right there. Insane. Insane. So in a couple weeks, in 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be 5 years since I started it. That's nuts. That is nuts. I'm calling BS on Joey not drinking. The one day he does not go live is St. Patrick's Day. I was going to, but I had to do my predictions, man. And then I dropped my predictions, and I didn't want to jump on live right afterwards. So I started working on the Eddie Hearn Dana. Man, where's the time going? I remember last year we did the 4 years. It was crazy. I know. We'll do a stream. I mean, it'll be Wednesday, so we'll do a stream regardless. It'll be the 5-year. I mean, that's crazy. I've been doing this for 5 years. So I basically average 10K a year. That's not too bad, considering we got a lot of loyal people watching. Half a decade live stream. That actually makes me sick. I'm genuinely sick about that. I don't know how that happened. UFC 300 was 2 years ago. Dude, Jack, you don't even realize you're still young. As soon as you start getting a little bit old, you're like, what the fuck? Wait a second. Where did time go? I have no idea. 5-hour, 5-year anniversary stream. 5-hour, 5-year, 50K stream. Joey debunked Dustin Poirier claims about Islam's weight, please. I might. That's an easy one to do, to be honest. People have asked me to do that. Because I see people are like, weight bully. You wouldn't dare do another 5 years. I don't know if I'm going to make it another 5 years doing MMA content. The fact the betting odds of who ends the year as 155 champ came out and Gaethje isn't even on there despite fighting for the title in 90 days tell you all about this dog shit matchup. I know. It's really crazy. It's actually crazy. Effeminate cucky vibes from Dana. I'm calling BS. What else did Jack say? What's up, Joey? Short but hard day of work today, man. I was moving. I finished the route about 1:20 today. Was home before 2. Glad I slept with my gym alarm and am here with you boys to chill tonight. Good to see you, Jack. Glad. I don't know where Robin's at. Robin's done. Robin's abandoned the channel, I think, to be honest. If I had to give my guess, I think he's gone. I think Robin's gone. He's going to come back at some point and just say he was busy, but he was mad. I think he's mad about something. I don't remember the last interaction we had. Short but hard. Is he still butthurt? You called him low IQ? Probably. But he's calling me Chael Son and so. UFC might be dead in 5 years. She ain't wrong. Man, I really hope Jean is just talking out of his ass. He probably is talking out of his ass, but that doesn't mean it couldn't still happen. Joey, did you see Jean versus Volk and BSD Patty rumored for UFC 330? You see Patty bum calling out Oliveira for the BMF title. Well, since when does Patty deserve to fight for any title? He doesn't even deserve to fight Fair ZM. He has 0 good wins. Patty's a fucking scrub. Patty's legit a scrub. I don't even know how we got to pretend like he's good because he beat up bummy ass Chandler. I think Robin is hiding because Ilya got exposed as a duck. Probably. Did you see people saying Islam ducked to Poirier based on what Colby said? I didn't see people saying that, but I did see Colby say that. Joe, I'm calling it now. Ian beats Islam. I might make the video. Maybe I'll make the video on the weight thing because it's another just fake ass narrative. But I don't know. Multiple people have asked me to make that. Patty's talent has been exposed for good. Fair is way better. Yeah, I mean, Fair ZM would absolutely wreck him. I think Fair ZM would absolutely wreck him. Sky Soldier, thank you for the $5. Joe, I wanted to ask, why is it that your apparent left-wing political inclinations are dictate the prism which you view the sport of MMA? I truly, I know it sounds crazy. I don't even know what that means. So I'm so political. I give my opinion on things. I'm so political because you have these dudes who are right-wing obsessed, but I don't care to ever support a politician ever. I've never bought any political merchandise. I don't care about politicians at all for the most part. And I don't understand. You'll have to explain it to me. Simply not deep-throating, ultra-obsessed, right-wing, Trump-obsessed culture somehow makes me left-wing political inclinations dictate the prism which you view the sport of MMA. I couldn't help you, bro. I couldn't help you. If that means essentially you don't base all your opinions on hating people based on their race or country of origin or religion, I mean, I guess so. I don't know what you wanted me to tell you. I don't know. You'll never see me gobble up Trump. You'll never see me being like, hell yeah, brother. Let's throw political rallies at the UFC events. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer, but thank you for the $5, bro. Man, Joe, what's nice about this pool job is I'm on the clock, but it's not like they're going to keep me till 5. If I finish my route at 2, I'm going home at 2. Dude, any job like that is pretty sick, man. Just finish as quickly as you can and get the fuck out of there. I used to work a 12-hour shift and we'd get it done in 4 hours. I used to do that all the time, and that'd be the best. Political merch. Yeah, I'm not buying political merch. I'm not endorsing candidates. I don't know what more you want me to do. It's literally insane. It's genuinely insane to me that essentially if you aren't some weirdo incel Strickland, Colby, Trump, Dana White dick rider, then all of a sudden your political affiliation is ascribed to something like so bad and so it's demonized. You're not racist, buddy. You're not a racist. You're not hating on Muslim fighters, bro. I mean, I don't get it. It's crazy. Just make politics your entire life, I guess. You ever going to have a fighter to interview? Maybe, maybe not. What a dumb question. Keep in mind, Islam weighed 189 against JDM. There you go. It's public, right? It was dropped. I think Dustin just misspoke or misremembered. Only incels bring politics and MMA. Joey just says facts, and those who disagree resort to calling him a leftist. Dude, it's just crazy, man. Essentially, if you aren't one of these dudes who were like digging a doomsday bunker and collecting assault rifles nonstop and sucking off Trump and sucking off the UFC and Dana White, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Man, you remember all that bitching I was doing about working that Sunday to Thursday Amazon warehouse job? Now I'm Monday through Thursday. Thank God, for real, man. That's awesome, bro. I'm proud of you, Jack. I'm proud of you, Jack. I'm proud of you. Sky Soldier, thank you for the $10 super chat. Joey, I actually heard you suggest on your last stream the reason why you think Chimaev has haters is because he's Muslim. Should I list the legitimate reasons that MMA fans dislike him? There can be legitimate reasons that fans dislike him, but there can also be a primary influence of his religion, of his region of the world that he's from. It exists. It's very obvious. It's very blatant. You can say you don't agree with it, but you know it's a fact. You know it's a fact. We know a lot of people hate Khamzat Chimaev because he's from the Caucasus region and because he's Muslim. The people who are just so upset with everything he does and push fake-ass narratives about him, there's a reason. They wouldn't be doing that if it was Conor McGregor. They wouldn't be doing that if it was Colby Covington. But you can believe what you want. You can believe what you want. I'm not saying it's the only reason. I'm just saying it exists. And it's very obvious. And it's very blatantly obvious. Thoughts on Ali Abdelaziz, Cash Patel collab? Pathetic. Joey, the type of dude to upgrade his home to a triple wide. Facts. It's no different than there's a list of legitimate reasons to hate Jon Jones, but I think also a lot of MMA fans hate Jon Jones more and more viciously because they're racist. Those both can be true. Those both can be true. You can call out hypocrisy. It's not like you're not allowed to hate on him. It's not like you're not allowed to shit on him. But there also is other things that you can point out. But thank you for the $10, bro. Last video was a straight heater. Thank you, goofball. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It exists. It's very obvious. They all act dumb and pretend it's an outlier. Yeah, because they don't want to admit what they're doing. They try to do it slyly. It's very hard to really describe, but it's just a sneaky discriminatory thing that they do because they don't want to be confronted with their own worldview. Why do you think they're so... I called this out years ago. When you point it out, they get super angry. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? They get infuriated when you point... No, that doesn't exist. When it's so obvious. I'm curious if this guy hating on Chimaev does also hate on Ngannou. He scammed PFL as well, probably. Love you, Joey, but Ian is not the pound for pound, bro. Who said Ian's pound for pound? I went back and watched 2010's playlist the Paramount has on the UFC, and every fight felt so much bigger. GSP Condit was a banger. Dude, GSP getting rocked by that head kick. What round was that? That was insane, man. He was winning. Got cracked with a head kick. Almost got finished. What do you think of Shara Bullet versus Michelle Pedetta? Two fucking bums, bro. Two bums. The reason you're throwing around the word sycophants is because you are a sycophant yourself. You were trying to get followers and views from Muslim casuals. Pathetic. If you really think that is a good YouTube strategy, you are a dumb fuck. I just speak my honest opinion and don't give a fuck what else comes. But yeah. Yep. Hot take, Volk is higher than GSP GOAT-wise. I don't really care about the GOAT debate. Thoughts about calling you... I don't care. Don't care. I mean, imagine putting your entire self-worth... Imagine putting your entire self-worth on, like, whether or not you feel like you're maybe popular online. I mean, what's funny is he's literally a nobody. Do you hate Aspinall because he had rich parents? Yeah, I hate Aspinall because he had rich parents. Thoughts on Chimaev signing with Misfits? I don't know. What's up, Joey? What's going on? What's going on? Thoughts on Patty versus DDP? Oh, can't wait for that one. Joey, thoughts on Jean Silva claiming he signed a contract to fight Volk? I think he's throwing out fake narratives. I think he's full of shit, low-key. But it may end. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Khamzat fought once a year for the past 4 years, but he holds the title. He pulled a crypto rug scam in his fans, and he has a very public relationship with Kadyrov. Is that supposed to impress me? Is that supposed to impress me? First off, I'm not even sure the exact quote of once the last 4 years. Either way, in the last calendar year, he's going to have fought more often than Ilya Topuria. People complain about his inactivity when none of the inactivity has been his fault, basically. And yeah, of course. Not true. Okay. He fought twice in 2022. So there you go. Wrong. The inactivity has not been his fault. It was because of visa issues. And he has a very public relationship with Ramzan Kadyrov. What the fuck do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Please, people have always said, Joey, why don't you criticize this and criticize that? What would you like him to do? In a perfect world, what do you want Khamzat Chimaev to do about his public relationship with Ramzan Kadyrov? Tell me. Would love to hear it. What would you like him to do? What would you like him to do? Get his whole family killed? What would you like him to do? Get killed himself? Get thrown out a window? I hope Strickland takes the dub home for America. I hope you're not serious, Andy. Please, God, I hope you're not serious. But that's never going to happen anyway. It's really not a super competitive fight. These people think this is a movie. They want Khamzat's family. Yeah, I'm curious. In all honesty, you could try not to cozy up to the guy so hard, but don't even hold it against him, Joey. I just don't understand why fans would dislike him over it. I mean, I don't know what you want him to do. What is he supposed to do? What do you want him to do? You still don't answer the question. Don't cozy up to him. Cozy up to him. Be around him when he's in his home country. I mean, I don't get it. Maybe Dana White should stand. Maybe you should criticize Dana. Maybe you shouldn't let him in the UFC. Same fans that'll meat ride America. There you go. Khamzat bootlicks Ramazan way harder than Colby bootlicks Trump, yet you never call out Khamzat. You don't even know that, bro. You don't even speak his language. And it's not even remotely true. He doesn't wear fucking hats every interview. Khamzat doesn't have to live there, to be fair. He doesn't live there, you dumb fuck. Unless he moved recently, he doesn't live there. So again, just fake narratives. Van versus Tyra. I'm going Tyra. You know, he doesn't live in Chechnya, right? So again, your whole premise is based on a false narrative. And his family does. There you go. Tyra versus Cop. And at this point, you're going to be hard pressed to find a political leader who isn't killing innocent people at this point. After Izzy beat Pfeiffer and Strickland rematch after Strickland loses, Strickland already turned down the Izzy rematch. It was already offered to him and he turned it down. Doesn't really matter. The Khamzat hate is insane. Yeah. Same dudes who are calling. He's literally top 3 most exciting fighters on the entire UFC roster. And you got people calling him boring. I just hope it's a good fight. Which fight? The Khamzat Strickland? It's not going to be good. It's going to be Khamzat wrecking him, which will be good. It'll be exciting to watch. Excuse me. He lives in the UAE, but he goes back to his ancestral village to train. He uses the money from his fights to build it up. Oh, if you don't speak their language, you can't have an opinion. That's not what I said. But you don't know how much he glazes him considering you don't speak his language. Like the stream, boys. Yeah, if you guys could, like the stream. Is he school Strickland in a rematch? He never does better. He never does better in rematches due to his style. Who's Strickland? Yeah, I think Izzy beats Strickland in a rematch. Khamzat has one less exciting fight because DDP is good enough to not get finished. Now, DDP stalled out the fight. That's why. Y'all should blame DDP. I'm so tired of this narrative. Like, blame the guys who get takedowns. But not the guys who just can't get up off their ass. So, why is Jean Silva getting a title shot a bad thing? Because it's WWE title shots. Jean Silva's not exciting, man. He's a boring shit striker is what he is. Izzy was having wars with Journeyman on his run. The guy was never all that, just had a weak-ass division. Maybe Strickland will pull out. It's just about the UFC will frame it. They'll blame Chimaev somehow. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. I hope that he stays in the fight and we just get it over with him and get Khamzat off. What sucks is I think Khamzat's going to want to go up right afterwards. And I don't want that at all. I hope Khamzat wrestle fucks Strickland for 5 boring rounds, forcing Sean to relive all his traumatic. Okay. Dude, that would be funny as fuck, though. That would be funny as fuck if he just holds him down and spanks him for 5 rounds. Nothing more, nothing. Just takes him down, just smacks his ass. Just smack. Is that even legal? Is that legal to smack an opponent's asshole? Paramount's going to keep Sean's mic permanently muted during the presser. You guys ready for a hot take? Watch them. I think they're not even going to have a presser. That's my hot take. They're not even going to have a Strickland Khamzat presser. I'm calling it right now. March 18th. We are months out from the fight. Khamzat and Strickland do not have a presser together. That is my hot take right now. Just early prediction. There's an at least 15% chance Strickland beats Khamzat. Joey, be ready for that reality. I don't think there's that much of a chance. Randy spanked Tito. The UFC's washed. I mean, it's just WWE style matchmaking nowadays. It's getting worse. And we don't have a real title fight all through the first half of 2026. We do not have a real title fight all through the first half of 2026. You know how crazy that is? It's just sad. No way, Joey, too much money to be made on that press. That's what I'm calling it, man. They don't think they need it. They don't think they need it. I think they're not going to do a presser. But maybe they will. Maybe they will, but I think they won't do a presser. Khamzat versus Strickland will probably be a fight of the year. Could you imagine if it was? Like it's a back and forth war. I don't see it. I just think it's too one-sided, man. Strickland has shit grappling. I'll say it. Strickland has shit grappling. It gets overhyped, apparently, for beating non-grapplers who never really tried to take him down. The only guy who tried to take him down has shit grappling. And, yeah, that's just the reality. I hope Izzy can get it done. We'll see. Thank you for the $5, Sky Soldier. Who are the Americans that are supposedly bigoted towards Muslims? The only Americans I ever met that disliked Muslims, never met one. Who are these Americans that supposedly bigoted towards Muslims? The only Americans I ever knew that disliked Muslims, never met one. I don't know. I don't know what you're asking for. What do you want? A list of names of random people? I'm just telling you, bro. There's weirdos out there that let their hate dictate their opinions regarding MMA. That's the only thing I'm calling out. Fluffy was a shit grappler. Have you never watched him fight? Fluffy is a shit grappler. A shit wrestler as well. If they do face-offs, it's going to get canceled. Bro, I think Khamzat drops Strickland on the feet. It wouldn't shock me if he slumps him out Gerald Meerschaert style. Sean is a huge underdog. Gone out struck Francis. I believe he could best Alex. I think Alex is going to look slow and sluggish. Real talk, I hope they stand up Boers versus Strickland fight and Boers KOs Strickland immediately. Like they stand him up from grappling and then Khamzat just brutally KOs him with a right hand. If he beats Khamzat bigger than Israel Adesanya and Floyd Mayweather losing, it'd be insane. Fluffy, the guy with more takedowns than anyone. Dude, who's he fought? Fluffy's never beaten anyone good ever. Ilya and Tom didn't get hate for being inactive, but somehow Khamzat does. Yeah, Khamzat's more active than Ilya. I hope Alex wins so he can knock out Tom Aspinall. I don't know why, but I really want that Cyril Gane-Aspinall rematch. You think Merab deserves an immediate rematch? Honestly, you want to hear the craziest thing? Yes, but no, not really. Like, dude, when you get beat that soundly, why should you get a rematch? But I guess he does for what he's done in the division, but like what I saw was, that's enough. I saw enough. Stop the fight. Dude, no, I go back and watch my post-fight after Fluffy beat Dolidze. That's all I encourage you to do. I say everyone's been overhyping Fluffy. He ain't done shit yet. Fluffy has 0 good wins in his entire life. Umar beats Jan. Maybe. Before the eye poke, Gane was looking sharp on the feet, way better than Tom. He was going to beat Tom. Tom was looking up at the clock like 1 minute and a half into the round. The Jan win was one of the best feel-good moments. I know I hate myself for not picking him. I wanted to pick him. I wanted to pick him bad, and I thought he could win. And I thought he was being overlooked, but I got fucked. I couldn't do it. I couldn't risk looking that stupid. But, man, it would have been a GOAT pick. It would have been a GOAT fucking pick. But I failed. That's just the way it is. Is Ateba ranked in the top 10? Probably not. But maybe. I met Jan the week of the second Merab fight and told him to throw the body kick. Well, congratulations. You knew everything. What a fucking game plan, bro. You should be an MMA coach. You're better than Edmund Terverdian. Dean Thomas just said the dumbest thing ever. He said that he has to worry Chimaev might do some crazy stuff to put the fight in jeopardy because he can't control himself. That's Sean's professional. Dude, Dean Thomas is a fucking idiot. You think Pantoja would be the same if he recovers fully or if he loses? He's older. I don't know. I still think he can win his title back. But it's hard to say for sure. It genuinely is hard to say. Joey, no one's surprised Aljo's picking Lerone to beat Murphy. Aljo's a hater, bro. And when Movsar dominates him, they're going to say he's on roids. Legit going to say he's on roids. I hate that Rogan is a lock for commentary on every pay-per-view. I can't stand Rogan either. Hot take, Sean Brady's overrated. He was. I don't know if he is right now. He was prior to the Morales win. The Morales loss, sorry. Honestly, what fighter's coach do you think could replace for one fight and give equal, if not better, corner advice? Tim Welch. DDP's coach, I forgot what his name is, Morn Visser. I think I could have gave better advice and coach him to a victory. I'm like, just breathe, DDP. It's almost over, DDP. It's almost over. If he gets you down and he puts you in the crucifix, see if you can stick your finger in his palm. Okay? Start whispering gay things into his ear. Start whispering gay stuff into his ear. Okay? Lerone got robbed of his title shot. Yeah, kind of. I hope Murphy chins him. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Movsar. I hope Movsar chins Murphy, and I think he's going to finish him. I think Movsar's going to finish Lerone, and they're going to say he's on the juice. I think that's going to be the narrative. You think Shavkat died or something? He's injured, bro. Garry put a beating of a lifetime on him. Khamzat early, Strickland late. Khamzat early, Strickland late. Khamzat early, Strickland late. Khamzat early, Strickland late. It's almost over, Shug. It's almost. In a Brazilian interview, Charles revealed that Max asked him for 10 seconds while they were up against the fence. He did not say that. He did not say that. Is the old check counter to get held down for 5 rounds? Yeah, I think so. I think so. What is up, Fries? Good to see you, Fries. Good to see you, my friend. That's crazy. So Max asked for it. I'm done. Max is the biggest bum I've ever seen in my life. Max is the biggest bum I've ever seen in my life, bro. Amavov got done bad. He got screwed over. Netflix could challenge the UFC, but they're not going to. The UFC puts everyone in shit contracts, man. Essentially, if you sign a contract with the UFC, you're fucked. You're legitimately fucked. There's nothing you can do. Once you sign that contract, you just locked in for life, bro. You were genuinely locked in for life. And there's nothing you can do. I'm worried about how Jan is going to look after back surgery. I might have to pick Umar if they fight. It's going to be interesting for sure. Garry gave Shavkat a good ass whooping. Yeah, he spanked him. Feels like Sugar Sean is second guessing the decision to fight on the White House. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? Please give me 10 seconds. Yeah, that's cocky as hell. That's like almost up there with Conor McGregor. It's just business, bro. It's just business. It's just business, bro. It's just business, my friend. It's just business. Just business. If they get Saldine, Parent, Andre Morales, Gable, Stevenson on MVP's first card, it might be card of the year. It's going to be the biggest viewed card of the year. Just a vibe. What's Umar's ranking? I don't know. He's like 1 or 2. I think he's 2. Marab's 1. That's what I would assume. If you guys could do me a favor, like the stream. If you guys could, please like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Takes 1 second to subscribe to the channel. And trying to get to 50K. I'm going to be at 50K shortly. Garry couldn't beat a Ninja Shavkat. That's embarrassing. He got brutally robbed, bro. Ian Machado Getty got brutally robbed. Joe, you want to be a servant to... no. ACL tear, Joe. Imagine if Bo loses, Chandler gets beat to a bloody pulp like always, and Sean loses a boring decision. Now, I want Sean to curl up into a ball after a nasty leg kick and then be stretchered out of the cage with no serious injuries at the White House. That's what I need, bro. That's what I fucking need. I need Chandler memed KO'd. I need Bo to quit. Like Bo to get cracked in the jaw, his jaw break, and then in between rounds, he said, I can't go no more. And I need Sean to curl up into a ball off a leg kick. No serious injury. He just straight up quit. That'd be the funniest potential outcome. And Gaethje gets slumped in 5 seconds. And Pereira gets his face jabbed off. Am I forgetting anything? And Diego Lopez gets whooped. It's going to be the easiest card to do predictions on. Garry loses to JDM. Highly doubtful. Gary's too good. My lock of the year is Chandler hopping on the mic after getting chinned by Hoofy. Probably. I can't believe they give him post-fight interviews off of losses. Can't get over the fact that we are see Sugar versus Sandhagen. It could have easily been booked. It could have been Sugar versus Umar as well on the recent card. Sky Soldier, thank you for the $5. Joey, I never voted for Trump, but here's a donation for you to tell me about a fighter you dislike that is not white, not Muslim, and not American. I don't understand what you're asking for. You want a fighter that I dislike that is not white? Is that what you're asking for each one of those? Is that what you're asking for? You want each one of those, or you want all three of those layered on top of each other? I don't get what you're asking. Does anyone know what he's asking? He thinks you're racist towards whites, bro. This guy is fragile as fuck. Dude, we got bummy American fighters. That's the reality. We got bummy American fighters. Sweet dreams all rolled into one. There you go. It's not pretty straightforward what he's asking. I don't know if he wants all three of those criteria or he wants three fighters. One that's not white, one that's not Muslim, and one that's not American. I don't know. Exactly. The chat broke my brain. He just crossed out all the fighters you could dislike. Usman deserves a title shot for how bummy he's being. Joey's brilliant, takes a dono and flips it to the donor to send another for the answer. Yeah, send a $10 dono and expand on that, please. A non-white, non-Muslim, non-American who you do not like. If you want all of them layered together, let me take a look. Who is a non... All right, you ready for this? It can't be American, can't be Muslim, and can't be white. Tai Tuivasa. I just said that, bro. That's crazy. I said Tai Tuivasa. I don't fuck with Tai Tuivasa. Dude's a nasty son of a gun. So there you go. If you want another one, I'll go with Paulo Costa. Can't stand Paulo Costa. Not a big fan of Leon Edwards. Who else? Yeah, there you go. I gave you two. Mitsubishi Orobai. Yeah, it's too vague, bro. All the homies love Jean Silva. Kevin Holland's American, as far as I know. I absolutely can't stand Yan Xiaonan. Okay? Is that good enough for you? What a weird question, though. The guy's clearly like obsessed with hating on certain fighters and whatnot. He cannot stand me pointing out. Joey drinks piss out of anyone's shoe in the bathroom. What's wrong with Ty? Dude, Ty's a nasty son of a gun. Kevin Holland has a cowboy hat and he shops at Walmart, brother. Joe, where would Rose be if Pat never met her? I have no fucking clue, but she would not be as shit as she is today. She would not be as shit as she is today. He was suggesting you targeted those types of fight. I did. I got it. I named it. I named them. What a weird question, though. So basically, he want a non-white fighter who's not American and not Muslim. I can't stand Shevchenko. Yeah, I can't stand Shevchenko either. Those crusty ass lips. Those crusty ass fucking lips. Tom is considered white. I don't consider Tom Aspinall white. But yeah, Shevchenko is probably number one. Shevchenko is number one. I don't like Leon for pulling the ladder up behind him on Bilal. As you know, I hate Alex Pereira because he's an industry plant. You can throw Diego Lopez in there as well. But I don't even understand the point of the question. Like, what's the point of the question? Throw out as many criteria as possible? Like, what are you trying to narrow it down to? How well would Rousey do in current women's MMA? Would do fine. Women's MMA sucks, so she'd fit right in. Rousey would fit right in. Current women's MMA sucks ass anyway. He's making a jab at you. That's what he was getting at. I don't understand the jab, though. I guess he was saying you just hate white Americans. The Muslim part of that doesn't make sense because you don't dislike many Muslim fighters. Yeah, I don't. It made no sense to me. He thinks you only like white American Muslim fighters. Drickus Duplessis, thank you for the 199. Looking buff nowadays. What you eat? I've been eating too much steak, man. I've been eating too much steak out here, and I've been like, just bleed, brother. Just bleed, brother. Pereira, top 5 go. Yeah, that question made 0 sense. Joe, what's your top 3 favorite fighters? Top 3 favorite fighters in no particular order. Ian Machado Garry. Khamzat Chimaev. Who else? Ian Machado Garry, Khamzat Chimaev. I'll say Islam. Yuri is up there as well. Bilal Muhammad is up there as well because he fights anybody, anywhere, anytime. I think it'll block it out if he's what you call those Harley riders from the South Park episode. I'm trying to remember. I think I know what you're talking about. Garry top 3, but he's so boring. He's not top 3 all time. I don't know. I'm terrible at putting lists together. Ngannou scammed PFL. Chimaev is friends with a dictator. Khamzat Ragdoll's Pereira. Yep. I still like Ilya. Yeah. Nikki, thank you for the 279 Canadian. Would you say the UFC is in the worst spot ever? Yes. For fandom? Yes. For business? Maybe not. But it'll catch up with them eventually. I promise you guys that. You guys can call me crazy now. Remind me in 3 years when I'm taking a victory lap over it. When Paramount fucking cuts ties with the UFC because they can't afford them anymore. Thank you for the 199. Drickus Duplessis. Thank you for the 279. Nikki. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. We're in the enshittification era. I've been saying that for a while, 100%. I think Paramount and the UFC are going to part ways before 7 years. That's my hot take. UFC not making Armin Ilya is just a horrible sign. I know, that's such a banger. I'm telling you, if they would have made Armin Ilya the headline of the White House, I wouldn't have complained not one bit. I would have been in the minority. Maybe. Sadly, the enshittification happens to everything I enjoy. It's actually annoying, man. It's actually annoying. It makes me just want to disappear. Yeah, these cards are dog water. There's no real title fights the entire year. Nikki, you got to try to do a VPN. Crazy how bad the UFC's gotten. I had a sneaking suspicion it was only going to get worse. I'm drinking water. Why does everyone think Jean Silva beats Volk? Diego Lopez puts belts to his ass? Because Jean Silva's better than Diego. And Volk's only getting older. Yeah, once things get mass adoption, the greedy shareholders just ruin it. It's like anything, man. It gets too good. It's just too good to be true. Imagine if they were really making the best versus the best. If you think, I genuinely mean this. If you think Movsar is boring, you are a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. Does Dana want to put on best fights or just keep showboating? He's just going to keep showboating. Set up a one-on-one. Set up a one-on-one. Oh, man. At least I got my prediction videos out. My prediction video out early. It's out. It's raring to go. It was tough, excuse me, to get through, but I did it. Joe, if you could choose to delete one fighter from MMA history, who would it be and why? Chris Weidman for what he did to Anderson Silva. How is Jean better than Diego when Diego 10-8'd him in round 1 and KO'd him in round 2? It's a lot more nuanced than that. Eddie would smoke ball. Do you see how Dana back down? Dana backed down like a little bitch. He really did. For what Weidman did to Bruno Silva too. Yeah, that was disgusting and grotesque. And the way he blamed Bruno Silva afterwards was crazy. It was crazy. Jean Silva versus Movsar Evloev, banger. Would love to see it. Movsar whoops him bad. The sport always needs like a 90-10 split between real meaningful fights and then the circus show shit for channels. The sport is losing its credibility. I know. Dana's holding Eddie's pocket. Dude, how bad did he back down, man? How bad did Dana back down? He backed down badly, bro. He literally, I mean, it was so clear. And the crazy thing is the MMA media framed it as like Dana was down still. Sky Soldier, thank you for the $10, Joe. I know it seemed like a strange question, but I was going through a series of different questions. However, I understand that I'm not the only one on the stream, so not the best approach. I admit it. Did I answer your question? Yes or no, bro? I hope that I answered your question. I think that I did. Evloev beats Vallejos too? I think so. I think so. Vallejos, who's he beating? Josh Emmett? Last week he was calling him a pussy. Now he's holding his pocket. I know. Now Dana is Eddie Hearn's pocket pussy. That's what Dana is right now. Own personal. You think Dana is going to end up apologizing to Eddie for the way Strickland did with DDP? Please take everything back. Just don't mention my daddy. Now, I think Dana will stop talking about him eventually. He'll just start ignoring all questions about it. I get people don't have to like Movsar, but he isn't boring. Believe me, I know. It's no different than them calling Khamzat boring. You notice it only happens with a certain type of fighter, right? You notice that, right? Eddie got that silver spoon bully energy. Did anybody watch the last clip? Bonus points for whoever watched all the way to the end and saw the bonus clip I put in there of Eddie Hearn. Bonus points to anyone who watched all the way to the end. Did anybody? Yes or no? I get people don't have to like Movsar, but he isn't boring. Eddie got that. I already read that. One of Joey's favorite fighters is Garry, huh? Why? Because he's one of the best in the world and he's willing to take on anybody, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter, regardless of what you think about him or his personality. If Colby was like that, regardless of his whole like Trumpian act, he would be one of my favorite fighters. I watched it. So what was the bonus clip? What was the bonus clip? Colby's Dana White privilege free trial just ended. Now he's pissed. Oh, it's hilarious to see. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious to see. And you know it happens to all of them. But I don't know if you watched my Colby video, bro, but I pointed out a correlation with Francis. Look what Colby did. He sucked off the UFC for years. He hyped up the UFC. He sycophantically worshipped Trump and Dana White for years. And what did it get him in the end? What did it get him in the end? That's what they wanted Francis Ngannou to do. They wanted him to bow down to Dana White. Say, thank you, UFC, thank you. Interesting. So Movsar said he wants to face Arman at 145 if they skip him for the belt again, even though it's an unrealistic matchup since Arman's a true lightweight. Pipe down a bit. You just went and checked, huh? Pipe down a bit. Pipe down a bit. Sounds like your description of Ian Garry is similar to Sean Strickland. No, it's not. He turned down Khamzat. He turned down Whitaker. He turned down Adesanya. Strickland turns down fights all the time. And openly he's ducked fights multiple times on camera. We've entered Trump's golden age where it's all vanity, greed, and grift. Pipe down a bit. Jon Jones versus Francis on Netflix. You know how banger that would be? Who would win, Movsar or Arman go at 145? Movsar. I think Arman would drain himself too much. Strickland avoided Izzy and Rob, so it's not like Ian. Dude, Ian took on Prates on short notice and whooped him. Ian took on Shavkat on short notice and whooped him. When's the last time Ian got a finish? When's the last time the guys he fought got finished? You dumb fuck. Like, I hate when people say that, bro. Movsar doesn't get any finishes. Ian doesn't get any finishes. Look at the guys that they have beaten and then look up how many times those guys have been finished. Almost never. Ngannou focused on long money while most fighters settle for the short-term cut. Yeah. Ngannou was out there milking. Like, most of the fighters want a $199 super chat. Other dudes are waiting for an $80 PayPal. You know? JDM didn't finish Bilal? Exactly. Strickland also didn't want to rematch Imavov. Facts. Imavov would beat him in a rematch too. Like, guaranteed. Go watch that first fight. Strickland just bullied him with the weight advantage. It was a nonstop clinch fest. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Do you think JDM gets knocked out by Prates? Yes. Pipe down a bit. Okay? That was the funniest shit I ever heard when Eddie Hearn said, pipe down a bit. Pipe down a bit, brother. Hold on a second. I'm talking. Strickland is one of the dumbest people in the MMA roster. That shit gets posted on threads. Is as brain dead as it gets. Yeah, he's a grifter too. He didn't whoop Shavkat. You sound so dumb and biased whenever you say that. When's the last time Shavkat fought? When's the last time Shavkat fought? When's the last time? Someone tell me. When's the last time Shavkat fought? Why do you think that is? Who was that against? Remind me the last time Shavkat fought and who was it against? Would love to know. Nothing better than Joey locking eyes with the camera for a dono pause. Getting real bummy around here. Been watching since UFC 297 fight week. Really? You've been watching MMA or watching the channel? What are you saying there? You've been watching the channel since then, or that's when you started watching MMA? What a shit time to get into MMA. I think he was injured before the fight. Well, Ian busted him up, bro. Ian got robbed in that fight. He got robbed in that one. The fact that Ilya beat his wife, Movsar married a... Okay, Ian's... Okay, whatever. Is the Cuts video coming back? Maybe. I didn't give Ian Garry no participation trophy. He's always been one of the best in the world. But Ian Garry lost the Shavkat. Razor close decision to Shavkat. And then what did he do afterwards, you bum? What did he do afterwards? What did Ian Machado Garry do afterwards? What did he do? He beat Prates and he whooped up on Bilal. I mean, if those aren't two of the best wins you can have in the welterweight division, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Imagine having a razor-close loss to Shavkat on short notice and then beating Prates on short notice and beating Bilal. Fresh off losing his title. Dana once asked on a Canadian show, do you know the capital of Canada? Dana said, Quebec. Okay. All right. Never heard of it. I'm so glad they didn't give Bilal to Prates. Yeah, that would have been petty. But it is shitty that he's got to fight Bonfim. He should have been able to fight Colby. He should have been able to fight Usman. Is what it should have been. But it is what it is. To be I wouldn't know. Toronto, I don't know. Who do you think Whitaker's going to do at light heavyweight? Probably Khalil Roundtree. Bonfim is so mid. Yeah, but he does have finishing ability, and Bilal's getting old. I hope he whoops Bonfim. Did you forget what old man Dalby did to him? That is true. That is true. Be interesting to see how it goes down. Bonfim. I don't think Garry beats Islam. I think he has the best chance to beat Islam. Bilal has too much heart to lose to Bonfim. Yeah, but Bonfim has nasty chokes. And Bilal's jiu-jitsu isn't great, but he's hard to take down. But I don't know. Movsar's boring as fuck, objectively speaking. It's undeniable. I don't know if you're trolling or not. That has to be a troll statement, Andy. That has to be a troll statement. Then you haven't watched his fights then. His last few fights have been the most exciting fights on those respective cards. So I don't buy that. That has to be a troll comment. I don't think Garry beats Islam. Bilal always surprises me against anyone who isn't elite. We'll see, man. A lot of people were writing him off in the past against like Sean Brady, and look what he did. They were writing him off against Burns too. Garry has a better chance of beating Islam than Topuria, yes. Topuria gets ragdolled. The second the fight starts, Rogan starts glazing the narrative that look how big Islam is in comparison to Topuria. Literally, nobody even throws a strike yet, and Rogan's already pushing that narrative. Then the second Islam finishes him, that's the entire narrative. That'll be the entire narrative. That's the gist of it. Let me add this to the playlist. Islam is tired of defending against featherweights. Oh, you know he wouldn't get any credit, right? Joey supporting Jones fighting pay, which is he deserves it. If he was offered $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall at the White House, he wouldn't have accepted. He would have. I think he would have. It sucks Jones doesn't get a real send-off, regardless of what you think of him. Movsar by sub, Lerone by KO is a casual take. Movsar outstruck and outclassed almost all of his opponents. Dude, he was outstriking Dan Ige. People just say Movsar is boring, but if a fighter they fought like him do what they have to do to win. Hey, Joey, thanks for letting me use the black Lambo all week to impress my new girl. You're welcome. Bro doesn't finish anybody. Only hardcores who like grappling say Movsar is exciting. I'm telling you, haven't watched his fights then. I literally just watched his fights yesterday. His fights aren't even primarily grappling. That's the craziest thing. But again, everybody he's fought almost never gets finished. I'll go through it real quick. First off, the majority of the Allen fight was striking. He rocked Allen on the feet. The Aljo fight was primarily grappling, back and forth scrambling. Was literally the best fight on the card. The Arnold Allen fight was the best fight on UFC 297. The Diego Lopez fight was the best fight on 288. The Dan Ige fight was, I don't know if it was the best fight on this card, but it was one of the better fights on the card. I don't remember that card that well. He hasn't not had a boring fight in the last 5 years, roughly. I don't remember Hakeem Dawodu. I don't remember Nick Lentz fights. But yeah, it's not even primarily grappling. Like, he struck quite a bit with Arnold Allen and even Diego Lopez as well. Yeah, Movsar's hands look really good. Yeah, Andy's just trolling. Any finishes in those? Aljamain Sterling in his entire career has been finished twice. And the last one was in 2023. And before that was all the way back in 2017. Arnold Allen has never been finished, to my knowledge. Never been finished. Diego Lopez has never been finished. Now, he's been finished twice, but has not been finished since 2018 was the last time Diego Lopez got finished. And before that, 2014. You go to Dan Ige, he just got finished for the first time. So everyone he's fought has been elite and not been finished. Joey, give me top 3 storylines in the UFC right now. UFC Paramount deal is shit in the bed. Khamzat versus Strickland build up, and UFC White House. There you go. Jones beats his wife, and you never say anything about that, but always bring up the fact Dana slapped his wife. Why is that? Nobody has ever accused Jon Jones of beating his wife. Nobody has ever made that accusation. Not a single person. Not a single person has ever made that accusation. Not the cops, not his wife, not his kids, not Dana, not anyone that was a witness. So I don't know what you want me to say. Nobody's ever made that accusation. I think I'll attend the Netflix card since it's in LA. If anyone's going there, let me know. We can meet up. Dude, that's sick. How much are tickets? Look, you can make up what you want. You could say his daughter was crying on the phone about him beating her mom, but that's simply not true. That's over-exaggerated. I'm not saying some shit couldn't have happened, but not his kids and not his wife ever accused him of hitting her. Neither. Go look it up. You don't believe me. So it could have been anything, bro. It literally could have been I'm not sitting here trying to defend Jon Jones, but it literally could have been anything. The dude could have been acting like an idiot, drunk, and his kids could have been scared. I'm not saying that doesn't make him a piece of shit, but to take that and act as if he definitely beat up his wife is not. There's more evidence to prove that Chael Sonnen is a woman beater than Jon Jones. There's more evidence to prove that. Looks like 250 plus for lower bowl. Are you kidding me? His wife had a bloody nose. So now you're just making up stuff. Why do you think the charges were? They did not follow through with charges. They typically have to follow through with domestic violence charges. Joey, people are probably gonna hate this, but Movsar is essentially a better version of Merab. He does everything Merab does, but better. Keep a high pace as well. Dude, he's way better than Merab. So. I thought Allen won against Movsar live, but rewatching it now, Allen barely. Yeah, Allen, there's no way Allen landed and won. You got to admit Dana has decent hands. I meant 20 years ago in that video. Yeah, he did. It's crazy you're defending. There's a lot more evidence for domestic abuse than him not being abusive and not pressing charges. It's common in those instances. The cops have to follow through with domestic violence charges. They did not have enough evidence to prove that. That's the end of story. His wife did not accuse him of it. The kids did not accuse him of it. Nobody has accused him of it. No matter what you say, No matter what you say, there's nothing. I mean, that's a fact. I'm saying a fact here. If you have anything, if I've been misled, if I haven't done adequate research and I'm wrong, let me know. Point me to the source where anybody makes the accusation that he beat his wife. Tell me. Tell me. Would love to know. Point it to me. It's crazy how you guys been like indoctrinated by online hate. So I would love to know. Would love to know. Point me to the source. Point me to the source. Other than that, you have nothing to say. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Point me to the source that anyone makes that accusation. Point me to the source. Point me to the fucking source. Point me to the source. I'm waiting for the source. You know who we do know is a domestic abuser? Jamal Hill. We do know Jamal Hill's a domestic abuser. So, how'd she get a bloody nose? I'm not sure that she had a bloody nose. You're basing this all on eyewitness testimony of a security guard? Is that what you're basing it on? And I mean, I get bloody noses all the time. So I don't know. I'm not sitting here and stone cold defending him that he definitely didn't do anything. I'm just pointing out the facts. And that's what matters, the facts. That's what matters, the facts. There's a chance, sure. But no one's even made the accusation. What's Hill been up to? Hill's done, bro. Hill's getting ready to trilogy his brother at the Thanksgiving table later this year. You're a joke. You guys notice how all these people are calling me a joke and calling me a Jones defender? Again, I've been asking for the source. Can you point me to the source? Point me to the source. The one who says Jones' wife had a bloody nose are the ones having brown noses. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You always say that. That guy unknowingly just knows that he proved my point. That guy thinks he's slick, but he doesn't know he just proved my point. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, being dead serious. Let's be real, and let's have an honest conversation for a second. Is it possible that Jones got drunk and hit his wife? Yes, it is. And if he did, that's disgusting. But is it also possible Jones got drunk and acted like a fucking clown, but his wife was also drunk and maybe could have fell, could have done anything? We don't have any actual evidence. We just have eyewitness testimony. And then there was no charges by the police department. Anything could happen. Anything could have happened. Like, you can't just automatically jump to the worst case. Like, tell me it's not out of the realm of possibility for two people to get drunk, to fall around, hurt themselves, do whatever. Nobody actually hurts the other person or puts their hands on the other person. But then they get into a fight and the police get called for whatever reason. And they show up and they're like, oh, well, you're all damaged. Well, you were drunk falling all around. It's very possible. According to the report, officers responded to a domestic disturbance at Caesar Palace after call stating that white female adult, later identified as Jones's fiance Jesse, was bleeding from the nose and mouth. Where's the evidence? Again, a caller stating, you guys do realize how the court of law works, right? And I get this isn't the court of law. But eyewitness testimony is not always true. People over-exaggerate. People misremember. People inject themselves into situations with high stress and don't realize what they're talking about. So, when asked about her lips, she said her lips get dry. Very, very true. That happens to people all the time. Happens to Valentina Shevchenko. Again, I'm waiting for the source. I'm waiting for the source. I'm waiting for the source. You guys are just regurgitating your own inferences on random information. Waiting for the source. Let me look up something real quick. You ready for this? I just need to double check. I didn't want to. I'm pretty sure I had researched this prior. In Las Vegas, domestic violence charges are typically prosecuted by the state, not the victim. So there you go. Even if the victim doesn't want to press charges, the case can still go forward. That means the prosecutor decides whether to move forward or not, and not the alleged victim. So, I don't know what more you want me to tell. I'm not arguing about it anymore. You can say, oh, well, the charges, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know what more you want me to tell you. Why didn't Dana have to get charged then? I don't understand what you mean. Why didn't Dana have to get charged then? I don't know what you mean by that. There was never a police report on that. Nobody ever called the police. So, and that was in a different state. So, that was in a different country. I was in a different country. I was in a club in Mexico at 53 years old. So I'm not just going to jump to conclusions. Why are you calling Dana a domestic abuser? I don't know that I called him a domestic abuser, but I believe he is by definition. Also, what does Jon Jones have to do with Dana when Dana was on video? Exactly. You should give Dana a break about Cancun. His wife slapped him first. She was drunk too. When have I acted like Dana should be thrown in jail for the rest of his life? I just love the double standard. Yeah, he injured a vehicle. I just think it's people over-exaggerating because they hate certain guys. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor is a legitimate rapist, and they like that. They eat that shit up. Anyway, next topic. Still waiting for a source. You didn't say to charge Dana, but you bring it up repeatedly. Conor's a different story. He's a legit criminal. I mean, I can't bring up that Dana slaps his wife in a club in Mexico. That's a verifiable fact. Imagine if Khabib did what Conor did. Oh my God! We'd never hear the end. Khabib can't post a tweet without getting criticized. He's not allowed to post a tweet without getting criticized. Conor was found civilly liable. Was found civilly liable by a jury of his peers. Did I notice something? I feel like Movsar's type of fighter who shines in 5 rounds. In the Aljo fight, did you notice allow as fading while Movsar looked fresh? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember Movsar looking tired. I think Movsar's really going to put on an amazing performance against Lerone, and I think people are going to start drumming up the PED allegations soon. You know you lost when you're defending McGregor. So you believe OK didn't do it because he found innocent? You're harping on one aspect of it. I didn't say that was the end all be all of anything. I'm just saying there was never even the accusation. The accusation does not exist. Nobody ever. It's crazy that there's not even an accusation and you're still running with the story. There's no accusation from anyone. Nobody ever accused him of it. Not a single person. So if you want to run with your fantasy story, so be it. But again, there's still not an accusation. That's why it was never sent to court. That was my point. There's multiple points. There's multiple points layered on top of each other. That's how someone builds a solid foundation for an argument. So, one time my girlfriend was drunk and got too aggressive. I tried to calm her down, but it didn't work. I was worried about her hurting herself, so I had to give her one good kick in the butt. Worked immediately. Okay. Hopefully you didn't give her a prolapsed asshole. Thank you, Camille, for the $50 PayPal dono. Point to the source. Point to the source. Cheers. You like that, Camille? You like that, Camille? Point to the source. Point to the source. Anyways, thank you for the $50 donation. Camille. Appreciate you for the $50 PayPal bomb. Thank you very much. I know you're satisfied when I'm just debunking arguments. You know, I know you love to hear that shit. May's going to be huge, bro. May's going to be huge this year. Couture spanked Tito. Jones lost to Dominic Reyes. He has the most failed drug test in UFC history. Tested with T levels of a 9-year-old girl. Ducked USADA under the cage at Jackson. Okay, whatever. I don't know what you're getting at here. What do you want to talk about? Retired fighters who are irrelevant right now? 100. Like, dude, we get it. You don't like Jones. You don't like Jones. You don't have to like Jones. You don't have to like Jones. What is up with you weirdos asking? I don't want to talk about that, you fucking weirdos. If Chimaev attacked his teammate's opponent and off-duty... if Chimaev attacked his teammate's opponent, an off-duty cop, for taunting after a win, just like Strickland, everyone out call and call for strict punishments. True. Joey Islam def weighed 192 against Joey Islam. Def weighed 192. He then proceeded to malnourish himself a weight class and weigh 189 against JDM. Yeah, makes zero sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. Why do you like Jones? I don't even like Jones. That's the craziest thing. I don't like Jones at all. I like watching him fight. I don't like Jones as a person. I don't like Jones's personality. Like, it's like crazy. It just goes to show these people have extreme bias. Because you defend somebody with facts means you automatically like them. Not enough? What are we talking about? Not enough. Ilya versus Gaethje's going to televised version of Conor versus somebody in Dublin hotel room. Televised version of Conor versus someone in a... Ilya versus Gaethje's going to be... Oh, yeah. Nah, it's not. It's not. It's going to be primarily striking. What's up, Joey? What's up, Tay2? What's going on? About time you showed up around here. We're an hour and 20 minutes into the stream. Camille just dropped a $50 bomb and said, point to the source. Point to the source. Point to the source. Jones was a fan favorite during the drama, by the way, but it wasn't until the whole Tom saga where fans had to bring the wife shit as a reason to hate him. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, I don't know what exactly happened between them. All I know is there's no accusation and there was not enough evidence to bring a criminal trial, which doesn't mean he did not do it, since I have to clarify for idiots. But at the end of the day, look, they're still together. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to talk about a domestic violence fan-made claim from what? When was that? Like 2020, 2021? From 5 years, 6 years ago? Of a retired fighter? For what reason? The doggy guy attacked Dylan Dennis and innocent people got hurt. I don't think any innocent people got hurt. But if they did, I hope whoever hurt him gets sent to prison or is tried criminally and charged. M14 or Olympia? I think M14. I've been here since the start, just now texting. Tay2 doesn't fuck with me no more, man. I can tell. Tay2 just does not fuck with me. Getting real fucking bummy around here for Tay2. Dana White was absolutely humiliated. He was, bro. He was. Clear. Joe, make top 15 GOAT list when you're out of ideas. Fuck no. Ever since Bo got whooped by RDR, Tay2 started ghosting you. That's true. I still fuck with you. Thank you. Guys, like the stream. Guys, like the stream. 72 bummy likes. 72 bummy likes. That's the best we can do around here. That's the best we can do around here. That's insane to me. 72. Looks like I got to hit the old dusty trail. It's just too bummy around here. It's getting too fucking bummy around here. Does Bo beat Jarrett? No. Start shaking some ass and I'll like it? No. Nah, bro, I do, bro, but I can tell a lot of other people don't. It was like a war in here. What fighter other than Conor as a topic gets the most views? It depends what's going on. But just in general, overall, I'll say Topuria, Khamzat. It all depends, man. Honestly, Chandler is a decent, but not really as much anymore. It all depends what's going on right at the time. Ruzaboyev said his coach have news coming. Just rewatch Shavkat Garry. You're right. That shit was pretty close. Garry almost took round 3 of that fight. I know. If it wasn't for Garry fucking up and ended up in the clinch at one point, I don't remember which round it was, but he ended up clinched up after he was winning the round. He would have won that fight. Joe, do you like Jon Jones or do you don't agree with what people are saying? I think people over-exaggerate about him to justify the hate when you don't even need to exaggerate to justify the hate. And I like watching Jones fight, but I don't necessarily like him. I kind of actually find him annoying. But I also find fans kind of making up imaginary fairy tales about him annoying as well. Paramount has a real good chance to make some real promo content out there. Just imagine offering Chimaev, Strickland a bonus if they can sit in a room together for a face-to-face without it turning violent. I don't think they're going to do that. Garry and Shavkat are similar level, but people glaze Shavkat and clown Garry. Yeah, I hope Garry gets the next title shot. He deserves it. He deserves it. Jones is a good character. We'll miss him. Has more personality than anyone knew. It's crazy that he's gone. It's crazy that he's gone. Jon Jones is a GOAT in most champions' opinion. Probably. It is crazy that he's basically officially gone. Like, how is that even possible? The time has gone by that fast. The time has gone by that fast. Real bummy around here. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes sometimes. Getting real bummy. Getting real fucking bummy. It's not too late. It's not too early. I have like 80 videos I could do, but none I absolutely have to do. Put Cormier on roids and he would have beaten Jones twice. Real talk, I'll match any donos from Joey. What do you mean by that? The wording is weird. You'll match any donos from Joey? What is that supposed to mean? You mean to Joey? 8:30 in Vegas, that's true. What's good, bro? I almost quit MMA after Dana disrespected us with the White House card. Yeah, the White House card is kind of abysmal. Massive disappointment. People talking about this clip. People talking about clip this when you were talking about Jones' situation. I'm done. They can talk about whatever they want. You send 50, I'll send it back. Yeah. I'll donate to you, Camille. I got you. I'm sending 1,000 as we speak. Just go ahead and do yours, and I'm going to get you on 1,000 real quick. Jones retired when Tom came around. It's just a fake narrative that Jones was scared of Tom. Jones got the better of that entire situation, too. That's the craziest thing. What do you think of the MVP card? I think they're doing the best with what they have. Who you got? Baum versus Philly Baum. Brundage versus Petrosky. I'll take Petrosky, man. Cody Brundage is just bummy as hell. It's just bummy as hell, man. How is Brundage getting fights so quickly? Joey, I like how you have thick skin and just don't give a fuck for some reason. It's awesome. I'll match all donos for the next 30 seconds. All right, you hear that? Camille will match all donos for the next 30 seconds. That I got to start a clock for that because the stream is delayed. All right, let's see. Camille will match all donos for the next 30 seconds. So get to it. I just started the clock. Camille better not let me down. You guys got 20 seconds left. Turning 30 million down in a fake narrative. Anybody going to force Camille to dono? Bye, boys. He's got 10 seconds. He's got 10 seconds now. Great. Bye, boys. Great night. Let's see anything. Last second. All right, I stopped it. Let me check my email. Let me make sure nothing came through. Let me make sure not. Oh, uh-oh. Camille's about to be really pissed off. Nah, I'm kidding. Where am I? No. What do we see Dricus return? I don't know. Dricus is a disaster for the division and never fights. Dricus is a disaster for the division and doesn't fight, man. Look how long he's been sitting on the sidelines. Khamzat's going to fight 3 times by the time Dricus ever returns. Where the fuck is Hank? He's being iced out by the UFC, don't you know? Damn, 0 donos and Camille really donated 0. Fuck it, another 30 seconds. All right. Camille is matching all donos for the next 30 seconds. Excluding vapes. Let me start a timer. You got to let me start the timer because I just announced it. All right, I started a timer, guys. Let's see if anyone comes through. Someone hurry up. Someone hurry up. Make Camille match it. Anybody, quickly. You got 20 seconds left. You should have just made it a full like 2 minutes if you weren't too scared. All right, you guys got 10 Damn. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 30 seconds just ain't cutting it, man. It's getting too It's too bummy around here. Dricus is still in therapy after Khamzat smashed him. Basically, dude, Khamzat's actually coping like crazy. Look, it took him that long to get it through. Thank you, D1 Scoodall, for the $1.99. Thank you for the good luck match in this. Yeah, Camille ain't got the money for that, bro. Thank you for the $199. I should have made a burner account and donated myself $1,000. So milking it during the time limit was priceless. I gave 30 seconds. I stopped the timer right at 30 seconds. Shoe bummy around here. Thank you for the $199, buddy. We can agree Khamzat destroyed DDP, but he was a great champion. Was he? Was he a great champion? It was what was priceless is watching Camille say excluding vapes. Excluding vapes. He's like, nah, I don't want to get caught up in none of that trauma. I gave vapes the rest of the year off, bro, after his $2,000 dono. I gave vapes the rest of the year off after he dropped a $2,000 bomb. I mean, how crazy is that, bro? I still can't get over that. I mean, what's next? At this point, what's next? What's next? If Vapes ever drops a... I don't even know. If he ever tops that, I think I'm going to faint on stream. If he ever tops that. He had fun fights and beat Sean twice, beat Izzy, and didn't duck Khamzat. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you with any of those things, but the Sean fights were kind of shit, but it wasn't really his fault. Khamzat might be honestly the greatest MMA wrestler of all time. Agreed. Very possible. DDP got mentally abused by Khamzat, though. Got mentally abused. DDP's coping over that. I think I'm going to hit the old dusty trail, boys. I got a banger video out that you guys can go check out about Eddie Hearn scaring off Dana White, even though it has just stalled out. It was just flying up the ranks and it just randomly stalled out. It just randomly stalled out. But it is what it is. Got 14,000 views. I'm taking the rest of the year off. That's fine, Camille. I need you to take the rest of the year off. Bro, you already made, man. Whitaker's a natural welterweight. He dies at light heavyweight. Yeah, he's going to be shit at light heavyweight. Clean bill of health. Clean bill of health. Clean bill of health. Clean bill of health. I don't even think Sean has a chance. Might do worse than DDP. I suspect he does do worse than DDP. I suspect he does do worse than DDP. Uh-oh. Camille's taking the rest of the year off. Shout out to Camille for the $500 bomb. That's 50. Thank you, Camille, for the 50. I had to give you a heart attack real quick. Shout out to Camille for the $50 bomb. The back-to-back $50 bombs. Thank you for the PayPal donation, Camille. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate it. He said, I'm taking the rest of the year off. Cheers. That's enough out of you, Camille. I've milked you enough for the first 3 months. You can come, look, you can come back for the 50K stream, man. We'll be hitting 50K soon enough. Who's the nightmare matchup of all time for Khamzat, if you had to guess? I don't know. I don't think there is a nightmare matchup. I think Khamzat is the nightmare. I think Khamzat is the fucking nightmare for everyone. I know it sounds crazy. But, damn. How do I have a gazillion tabs open right now? Let me click out all these tabs. Joey setting no rules, priceless. What rules did I set? No, who's matching Camille? Who's matching Camille? Like the video, you fool of a thing. Love you, Joey, but the last video was a reach. Where is Poeton in 360 deal video? In a 360 deal video? How was the last video a reach? What the fuck? It's a true dono war. I may dono 1K out of respect. Thank you, bro. Get to that 1K. I would appreciate it. You donate 1K, I'll make this a 3-hour stream, all right? That's the deal I'll make you. All takes GSP's wrestling over Khamzat's wrestling. That's crazy. I should have made a Pereira deal video. Usman in a 5-rounder would 100% beat Khamzat? Nah. Usman had no chance in that fight. Wasn't even that competitive. Agreed. Bro said the last video was a reach. What the fuck? In what way was that video a reach in any way, shape, or form? That's what I need to know. Damn. Looks like the stream is over. It died off. It got too late. Everyone's sleeping. Everyone is sleeping. At least Camille retired for the year. He got his tax deduction. If this stream gets lit, I'm on one as far as the... Okay. I'll take your word on that. But the stream is ending. You think Jon Jones is a bad matchup for Khamzat? Maybe. I don't think anyone's a bad matchup for Khamzat. Khamzat's too damn good, man. Camille, are you going to UFC 328? Or no? LeBron smashed his elbow. I don't even know what that means. Like he hurt his elbow? You should interview Makayev. I'll see if I can do that. I don't think he wants to piss off the UFC, though. I don't think so. What is this? Dustin Poirier says fans base jumped on Tom Aspinall hype train too early without seeing him deal with adversities in fights. I want to see Tom have to come back, lose a round, and come back. I've never seen him in a real fight when you have to fight your way back to it. That's why the fan base blew me away. These guys were so high on Aspinall for a few months. Everyone was talking about how good he is. I've never seen that. Not that he's not. He has to be good to be where he is at, but I've never seen it. Facts, bro. Facts. Did anybody see that? Prices for events are insane nowadays. I would go, but can't. Yeah, prices are crazy. You could never get him, and Habib would be a good one because he speaks freely now. I could never get Makayev. Oh, or Habib. I get it. Nope, too far away now. College days, I would be there for sure. Don't be a bum, Camille. You're supposed to be the big Khamzat fan. I still can't believe you didn't go to the DDP fight. I still can't believe that. I can't believe apparently tickets for 328 are expensive as fuck. Damn. Let me send this. That's funny as hell. You could never get in. Okay, read that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to get on out of here. Only well-rounded fighter can beat Khamzat. Agreed. You have to be able to do everything. Otherwise, you're fucked. And you have to be able to do everything at an elite level, because if you can't stuff the takedown, you're fucked. And if you can stuff the takedown, but you're not an elite striker, then you're fucked. Khamzat's a very good striker as well. But listen, boys, I'm going to get out of here. If you haven't checked it out, I have a new video about Eddie Hearn embarrassing Dana White at the UFC presser, where he would basically back down from the boxing match. If you guys want to go check it out, it's the last video on my channel. Thank you for watching the live stream. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Camille, for the back-to-back 50 bombs. And I'll talk to you guys later. If you want to become a member, get access to extra live streams, the link is in the description. I'm out of here, boys. I'm out of here, boys. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Talk to you later. Good night.